One of the most common requests that I get whenever I conduct this school staff developer induction program is, can you share with us some examples of KPIs for staff? And if that's what's on your mind, then this video is for you. So in this video itself, I'd like to share with you some examples of the KPIs that I work with in terms of schools that are under my guidance when it comes to identifying KPIs. Do take note that this KPIs is just for the schools itself, so it may or may not apply to you. In addition to that, once you understand the process as well as the criteria for crafting KPIs, you would then be able to craft KPIs like this. So let's take a look at this. So previously, we have this example of the school wanting to have a restorative culture. And what they want to see is they want to see, the staff as world-class RP practitioners, having the mindset and the skill set in restorative practice. And so, with that as a goal, what kind of KPIs should they be looking at? And if you recall in the last video where we talked about reliability criterion, effectively you have system, staff, student, and school perspective. So in this case here, the SSD, when I work with him, um, there are just two aspects of the KPIs that he wants to look at. So he's looking at one aspect, which is the system perspective. In other words, the number of learning opportunities to develop staff in restorative practice. That's what he's looking at, right? And the other aspect that he is looking at, because just looking at number of learning opportunities is not going to be enough, because that would not automatically make a person a world-class RP practitioner, at least not yet. And so you need the other set of indicator, which is percentage of staff indicating that they are confident in facilitating circle time. So you need to understand the context of the school was that, one of the biggest gap for most of the teacher is the ability to facilitate circle time effectively. And so if they have provided learning opportunities, and learning opportunities include things like training as well as mentoring for their staff. And so, once they have that, and teachers are able to say that now I'm confident in facilitating circle time, then that would be deemed as them having a world class RP practitioner, right? Of course, they have other goals and other KPIs that they're looking at, and this is just one aspect of it. Now, let's take a look at another example, and continuing from our earlier example of the school wanting to differentiate learning experiences to meet the different needs of the students. So, what they want to have is they want to have every staff a competent professional who designs differentiated learning experiences. So in this case here, they have already gone through the phase where they are equipping and providing learning opportunities for teachers. So, you know, measuring just the systems perspective itself, it's not going to be their focus. Instead, what they want to do is they want to focus on staff perspective. And these are the set of indicators that they look at. Once again, like I say, this is not in its entirety. They, of course, have other indicators, but this is just some of the ones that I would like to show you. So they're looking at staff, right? Percentage of staff indicating that, designing differentiated learning experience as an area of learning need, right? And they are also looking at percentage of staff able to design differentiated learning experiences for different student segments. So here, as you can see, the emphasis is more on the staff, not so much on the system itself. So there you have it. There are two examples, and each of these example shows you a different way of crafting KPIs. I guess the main point I want to make here is that what you see in one school may make sense for that school because of the context and where they are at. So in your school, what you really want to go about is to think of What is the goal that I really want to measure? And are these indicators valid and are these indicators reliable? Because if you are able to answer yes to both questions, then what you have is a good KPI. That being said, can it always be improved? Of course, it can be. And this is where I like to challenge you to look at your current set of staff KPIs and ask yourself, what kind of improvements can we make to our current set of KPIs? And once you've done that, I'll see you in the next video.